Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are comparing the cheapest cruise we've ever done to the most expensive cruise we've ever done.
Yeah, we took them both about a couple months apart from each other, and the differences were pretty big in some areas and not very big in other areas. So depending on what you like, you may want to opt for the cheap one or the most expensive one. The first one we took was the MSC Meraviglia, and it was being advertised for $179 for a balcony cabin for 4 nights for 2 people. So we said to ourselves, let's jump on that. The port charges weren't very much more. And so we jumped on that, and then we're going to be comparing it to the Celebrity Apex, which for the same 4 nights, we paid $2,000. Actually, I think it was about $2,100.
Yeah,
so
big price difference there.
$2,000 difference for 4 nights. That is pretty huge. So let's break down and see which one was better and a better expenditure of the money. So jumping into the first one, the cheap one, we did not know what to expect. We had never been on MSC before, and we kind of watched some videos on YouTube and different read reviews on the Meraviglia. And the one thing that we came away with before we even got on was that the main complaints were, you'll see online it says, worst cruise lines, MSC wins that award every year. And the reason they win that award generally is for the food, because the food gets rated pretty lowly, right? And so we got on the ship, and our first impression was that this ship is amazing. It was beautiful, right?
Absolutely stunning. When you walk in on where they bring you in on this ship, you spill into the Galleria, which is gorgeous. You feel like you're in this, expensive luxury shopping mall, and the structure and the design of it is beautiful. It's a beautiful ship.
It is, and so many things about the ship were great. Our room was way better than we expected it to be. The recreation areas were great. They had a bowling alley. They had a F1 simulator. They had
the Sportplex.
We went ahead and took the tour, as you do right when you get on, and we toured the thermal suites, and we went ahead and got the thermal suite pass, and it was amazing for the whole week. The thermal suite, it was cheap, it wasn't crowded, and it was really a great thermal suite, I'd say, wouldn't you think?
It's actually one of our favorites among all of the ships that we've been on. This particular thermal suite is literally at the top for us.
Yeah, so we did the whole drill, got back to the room, and we were really thinking, we have struck gold here, because for $179, we are on a nicer ship than a way more expensive ships would be. This ship is really beautiful, this MSC Meraviglia. So that was great. We were riding high, and then we went to dinner, and everything kind of collapsed.
And then we went crashing down.
The food
was less than amazing.
Yeah.
None of it met the mark. None of it. We ended up even going to a couple of specialty. Thought, okay, we spend the extra money because this food was so bad. We thought we'll spend the extra money, and that will cover it. It should be better, right? If we're paying extra money. Well, that wasn't really the case.
Yeah, it felt like one of those kind of bait and switches where you get on and like it's this price, and then okay, but to get food you like, you have to buy the specialty. And so we didn't. We only went to one, and it really wasn't any better. So I think it boils down to, if you are not a food snob and you can you like whatever, the MSC Meraviglia, or if you have people with you that are not picky eaters, or they just basically don't care, MSC Meraviglia is a tremendous value. It is. If you can get past the food. And the other thing you're going to notice is that the service is not up to par with the other cruise ship lines. They don't have the same type of
the staff courtesy. Is not the same. No, not at all.
But that didn't really bother us, because that's not really why we're on a cruise ship. But that's the other thing we would point out. If you can get past those two things, the MSC Meraviglia, or a lot of the really cheap MSC cruises, because they do have them, that's going to be an amazing value for you. But now, moving on to the differences between the Apex and the Meraviglia, all of those things were fixed on the Apex.
Absolutely. First of all, the service was over the top, even just checking in. Before we even got onto the ship, the service was incredible. And the second we set foot onto the ship, it was absolutely amazing. Just over and over, the service level on the Celebrity Apex was unbelievable. It
Yeah.
was like they literally treated you like you were a celebrity. Every single place you went, that's how you were treated. It was consistent across the board, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, and the food was amazing. You know how they always have this buffet, the welcome buffet, and it's usually not very good on most
It's
ships.
usually whatever.
On the first day, and we went up to that, and they had filet, they had ribs, they had
Lamb chops.
amazing seafood.
Unbelievable.
The buffet was better on the Apex than a lot of specialty restaurants were on a lot of cruise ships. It's that good. The normal dining is phenomenal, and anything above that is just you can't even believe how good the food is on there.
Yes, and actually the buffet on the Celebrity Apex was better than any restaurant or eating space on the Meraviglia.
Right. And so I would say the ship was also incredibly beautiful, but not $2,000 more beautiful than the Meraviglia. The Meraviglia was also beautiful. And for only $179, that's the better buy than the
Absolutely.
Apex. But you have to be able to get past the food. So
The food and the service.
the food, as we were on the Meraviglia, it really started to drag on us. By day 3, we were like, I don't want to eat.
We're on a
because
hunger
it
strike.
It was really just the same thing over and over and over. And so when you would go there, you just kind of like, well, maybe there'll be something different today. And
Yes,
really
and
there
actually,
wasn't.
even one day we said, let's eat from the kids' buffet area. That's different food than what they're giving us in the other spaces. It was the same.
Yeah,
Not good.
It was something that we just didn't enjoy. But a lot of people won't have that problem, I think.
Yes, I think so. What are as far as the rooms are concerned, there was a huge difference in that as well. That our cabin on the Apex was very different than our cabin as far as, kind of luxury.
There was a lot more technology and so forth, but we were also on some other older ships this year, like the Carnival Magic and ships like that. And the Meraviglia was definitely better than those. So I would say the Meraviglia is in the top 30% of rooms that we've been on. So that's not something I would hold against it. The bottom line is just the overall experience, what you think about the food and what you think about the staffing issues. And for us, it was just too much. We actually had another cruise booked on MSC, which was going to be the inaugural sailing
Of the Seashore.
yeah, for Thanksgiving week. And when we got off the Meraviglia, we weren't off the ship 30 minutes and we called in and just canceled it because the thing was, I was willing to pay $179 for the Meraviglia, but I wasn't willing to pay $2,000 for the Seashore to have that level of
that same level
food
of food and service.
So if you're gonna go and you're bringing people that you just want to get a cheap deal, I think the Meraviglia is a great way to go.
Yes.
Just know what you're getting into before you get on there. But if you really want that once in a lifetime, or if money isn't an issue for you, then skip that one. Go
Or
for
it's
the
a
Apex.
special event,
Yeah.
an anniversary, birthday, some type of celebration, then splurge and go with, the more expensive, go with Celebrity. But
Yeah.
really, you're exactly right. They're really quite comparable in a lot of the other areas. It just depends on what's most important to you.
And a couple things I would rate better on the Meraviglia. So for kids, the kids recreation, and like we said before, the thermal suites, those were better on the cheaper cruise than on the Apex. So it's not just all better on the higher, more expensive cruise. You just have to pick and choose what is best for you.
Yes, absolutely. So hopefully this will help you guys figure out, as far as what you want to spend. You can Money can go a little bit farther if you want to do one like the Meraviglia or with MSC, or if you want to spend a little bit more, treat yourself, or it's a celebratory cruise, then lean more towards the Apex. But we had a good experience on both of them, and we hope you guys really got a lot out of this. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the channel, give us a like on this video, and we've got lots more content coming for you.